It ain't over until the fat guy sings, which is me after a lot of Taco Bell. Anyway, to get serious, I thought I'd showcase this. In this particular fight, where I'm using Thor as my main, which is, I'm enjoying this, it's probably one of my favourite tanks. Let's get right into it. Now, it doesn't go well. Right at the very start, we're in a fight, of course we are. I'm trying to occupy the Bifrost Gardens, I think it's as it is, and it starts off relatively well. Look, am I getting some heals? Yeah, no. Luna, I think Luna Snow got taken out just then, but I'm trying to focus on at least tanking damage and taking damage as well at the same time. Difficulty is with a lot of range-based fights, Thor's not really great at that. He's good at the kind of like upfront and personal, because he fires that most of the times, and there are some ranged hammer throws like there. I'm throwing my right mouse click to throw the throw Mjolnir, and of course there it's difficult, so popping at least a shield to help my allies out, because range based attackers is the way to go. Now I'm just like, you can see my accuracy is going to be very low in this, but I'm just spending a lot of time just like, what do? I stand there like a lemon, not doing anything, or do I just kind of like pop the shield, occasionally throw, and just go, oh, I'll just swing about and hope that someone comes to me. There we go. There's a good example. If I stop swinging around, then Spider-Man would be there, and obviously from a reaction standpoint, everybody's ranged. Like, why everyone's ranged against me? It's annoying. So I need to get up close and personal, but also I need to tank damage. And this is the one thing. If you're struggling, because, hey, against Thor, ranged-based attackers will win, then the main thing you can do is tank. Take damage for your allies. And that is one thing you're going to see in this video, is me taking a lot of damage. As well, healers healing a lot. Shout out to the healers in this one. I will be shouting them out at the end of the video. But because this is a tale of both halves, at least I can say, stay close to your allies, which I'm not going too far, and I'm making sure I'm not going out to get absolutely obliterated, which I would do. And then, you know, we've got a 2-on-1 there, 3-on-1 actually, right there. And the main thing is Luna Snow is healing me. She is absolutely doing a fantastic job. Even there, yes, okay, I get knocked out, but prior to that, you know, she was doing a fantastic job. And what could she really do? Like, there's no other support right there. We haven't got any kind of backing. And I think the Spider-Man or another character might have kind of gone behind and taken her out. Which, of course, taking out your healer isn't exactly ideal. In this, there's only one tank. I am the singular tank. And also, I think we have 2 healers. This is 2 healers. I think Mantis or Jeff the Shark is behind us, but I think it changes. Of course, during the battle, I've got to focus on what I'm doing and not what everyone else is. Well, kind of what I've got to focus on. You've got to focus on where your team is. My team, of course, were behind me. There's Luna Snow coming right in. We're going into the fantastic. I love the ultimate for Thor. Now, I'm going to make sure in this particular moment, yes, I decide to come back. And that's one thing to kind of realise, you're occupying an area. This is all about trying to get and capture. It's not like capture, it's like King of the Hill. This is kind of like King of the Hill, the Halo people amongst you. Now it's going to get Spider-Man. Bit of melee that he does, and then he kind of goes away. But I need to occupy the area. And as well, I need to make sure I'm not going too far. I need to pop my little shield, there we go, my little kind of like Mjolnir bubble, and that's been popped, but I need to then come back. Unfortunately, my ally goes forward, so I'm like, oh, I should go with them, not leave them stranded, but at that point I'm now realising, heals wise, I need to pop my shielding, but also I need to come back. This is funny, Jeff grabs me and grabs one other player, but as you know, being thrown out to, if you go past the graphics, you will die instantly. Now, thankfully, I don't, because I used my left shift, which winds up my Mjolnir, and I fly across the air. Happy days. Now, again, same issue. A lot of the enemies are... It's kind of... I should really use my shift more, but I only get a limited amount of it. Like, I think it was like there. I did use my shift. I kind of like do a little bit of shift and a little bit away from it. But it's not exactly easy because you only get a limited amount of it. And not, was it a 3 to 4 on 1 right there? It's not exactly easy. But in any case, round 1 goes to them. And it doesn't look good. I kind of like go, what's going to happen here? So I kind of feel like, okay, it's time to up one's game. And up one's game, I did do. So that's why round 2 is where things turn around. Not to spoil anything, but of course we have to kind of like watch on to see what happens. I'm still going to position myself in the way I want to and do a few Mjolnir throws and kind of seeing where the enemy's going. Of course, from occupying the top point, I'm like, okay, fine, well, let's just go down and get into the thick of it. I'm going to go and focus on a Jeff who does this very cool and in fair play, really good play. Come down, heal, go back up again. So it kind of confuses me a little bit, but of course they just drop down, make a mistake not to go close to where they were going. And I go a bit aggressive, and there we go, knock out Jeff. And that is great, because if we get healer down, then we can focus fire. I'm going to focus then on the tank, see if we can get the tank out of everything. Unfortunately, my team kind of recognised after I've done my ultimate that, hey, let's get a little bit kind of frisky or aggressive with that Venom and get up the tank. I'm going to have a little bit of a look-see to see who's coming this way. I'm not going to fully engage. This is all about scoping out where they're going, who's there, and at least kind of letting them think about stuff. As it says then in chat, don't push, and that's with good advice. So I'm going to focus a little bit on the Spider-Man as he's kind of trying to escape, and as well focusing on some other enemies and playing a little bit aggressively on the ground forces, as the heals have been fantastic from Lunar Snow, and we're going to shout out Lunar Snow at the end because those heals are just brilliant. I think in total there was like 15k of heals from Luna, and we'd also had some heals from Jeff. Either way, we're doing very well. I think we've got a good team matchup, even with synergies wise. I don't think we've got team ability pair-ups on point. But in any case, I need to kind of take my eye and my focus on just tanking damage, taking damage from enemies, and making sure that I'm using my shield. I'm not using the F ability as well as maybe I should do, and that's maybe something I should do at a certain stage. I go a bit aggressive there with like the left shift and kind of go forward, because as well I want to, look after taking the damage, but also there was a bit too aggressive for my liking. In hindsight, sometimes you can see red. A lot of the time I do, because I just like fighting and just like brawling. So, but that's never a good. It's a good enough thing for certain characters. I think that's good for the likes of Thor. It's just a case of being not so aggressive and positioning and staging right. Now, even now, there's a lot of enemies, and trying to stage yourself correctly using that shield is such an important element, because at this moment I don't know where my allies are. Like, I think they're kind of way away from me, but I'm trying to keep myself alive, so at least if they catch up and reposition, as I look to kind of go behind the back of enemy lines and at least focus on or try to get to their healers to take them down, I'm taking damage. I'm keeping the tanks, the enemy tank, the enemy Venom occupied, but also trying to keep a lot of the others occupied, and it becomes a little bit of a slogfest. Like, I don't know where anything is at one stage. I'm like, this is chaos. But I need to chase down Venom. Unfortunately, my shift is my kind of fly forward with Mjolnir is kind of completely gone at this stage. So I'm like, I need to kind of get back. I need to focus fire, but also I need to tank the tank. I need to make sure that the tank is focusing on me and trying to do as much damage as possible. Unfortunately, that returning back of, what is it, the bridge at the top, that top platform, was not ideal in that timing, because I was planning to go up and go straight down, but it's okay, we adapt. Chasing down a healer, Jeff the Shark, and trying to make sure that we take him out, because if we take him out, it's an advantage to us, because, hey, you can't heal. Taking out the healers, which a lot of people are adopting that strategy. You'll see pincer movements with the likes of Spider-Man, and when that happens, you can definitely see that it pays. Anyway, picking up the win on round 2, drawing the series at 1-1. The final one is Throne Room. This is where I get super aggro and super aggressive. So far, the stats look okay. It's not crazy. We've got a little bit of a team activated now. I do like I do like the Storm pair up with Thor, because I think that it's a really good strong pair up. But in this particular fight, it is going to be really important. I already tanked 18k damage, as you can see right there, and done 5k damage, which isn't incredible, but I've done a lot of kills. And this is going, if I get a nice aggressive play right here with a bit of damage and also kills, it's a good chance I could get myself the MVP. We're going to see if that actually happens. Now, first of all, I'm going to like stage myself in a certain place where I can be up front. And I think I make some mistakes first and foremost. So I try and see where the enemies are. And we put ourselves with a shield first and foremost. But Luna is literally just doing a wonder to keep us up. My mistake, I've got to play it too aggressively. But also, maybe I haven't played a mistake. Because there's a pincer movement going on with me and Magik. And at the same time, I've tanked a load of damage. And that's the one thing that I can play. I can have the worst accuracy. I can say to myself, I haven't done the most damage. But if I can say to myself, we've won, but also I've taken the most damage, or at least at the top of damage, then I've done my job. And the best thing about being a tank, or Vanguard in Marvel Rivals, is doing your job. At this point, I decided to kind of just cower back just a little bit because I feel me and this Jeff are a bit too aggressive, but I am trying to stay close to the Jeff just to make sure that I am taking the damage that is being dealt my way. And that is, again, another important thing. I've gatekeeped, what is that, 4 or 5? I think it's 4 different characters. So whilst I'm gatekeeping these 4, guess what they're not doing? They're not capturing the area. So the throne room is not being captured. That gives us a great advantage. You can see top left hand corner, we're up to like what, 56% captured. So whilst I'm tanking those people, I'm also distracting them. And distraction is the name of the game with this. Occupying them, making them think about you. Of course, the throne area is occupied right now, it's taken. So I get aggressive in. Maybe I shouldn't do this because it is a case I'm away from people, and that's what I do. I just kind of like just cower away, just make them think about me. I see the people behind me on my team, and I decide let's go in. I got my ultimate charged up. I'm going to go for my ultimate and be very quick because I need to. Well, I mistimed that. I think I'll just own up and say that is mistimed. Either way, tanking the tank, keeping focus on me. And as I said, the enemy could have focused in on healers, taking those healers out, but a nice little aggressive play there. And what I'm doing here is actually wrong. I'm chasing them down. The reason I'm chasing this rocket down and kind of putting myself in front of everything is to provide a distraction. What's the benefit in causing a distraction? Well, if I'm causing a distraction, they can't capture. Again, this is what we're doing. As much as it kind of like it seems to be a silly thing, it's also isolating and it's picking off enemies and just the way I like Vanguards and tanks. Not so much for Venom. I think it's just Thor, Peni, Parker, and Hulk I like the most because I can kind of play the way I want to play. And again, similar thing, we're now back in, but it's pretty much game over for them because again, what we're doing is we're gatekeeping, we're stopping them flow into the throne room, we're pushing them back and getting the win. Absolutely amazing, and I thoroughly enjoyed that comeback fight, and a great effort from the team and some amazing healing. So I love a bit of positivity, and I love a fantastic MVP win with a delightful Thor, which you can see like we picked up the MVP, and I'm really happy about that. I am doing a lot of solo queuing and competitive. I am sad when the game kind of like goes, but 15, I think it's 15 kills, 25k blocked. So I'm really happy about that performance right there, and I thought I'd share it with you because it's a case of a game of 3 games. Shout out to Fisto and Mixel, who did some fantastic healing, and yeah, everyone else on the team that did damage as well. You know, Hella on our team, you all did a great job, and I thought I'd share this video because I thought it was really cool to share. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye for now.